The plane hummed softly, its steady vibration lulling many passengers into drowsy silence. Outside, clouds rolled endlessly, the horizon fading into a wash of gold and blue. Inside, seat 17A was occupied by a single dad named Daniel. He was in his mid-30s, dressed neatly, though his shirt bore faint wrinkles from the day's rush. His dark hair was slightly tousled, his eyes heavy with fatigue. On his lap lay a crayon-streaked coloring book, half finished by his little daughter, Lily, who had finally fallen asleep against his arm. Daniel's gaze kept drifting to her, her tiny hands clutching her stuffed bunny, her head resting peacefully against him. She had been restless before takeoff, scared of flying, but he had soothed her patiently, whispering stories until her eyelids gave way to sleep. In the next seat, a woman shifted uncomfortably. Her sharp navy suit and sleek bun gave away her status. She was someone important, the kind of person used to commanding a boardroom. Evelyn Carter, CEO of one of the biggest tech firms in the country. The papers she carried still bore streaks of highlighter. Her laptop was open, and yet her eyes betrayed exhaustion. She had been up for 3 days straight finalizing a merger, and though she tried to read another email, her body betrayed her. Her head leaned back, then forward, and finally, she drifted sideways. Without realizing it, Evelyn fell asleep on Daniel's shoulder. He froze for a moment. This stranger, a woman who radiated power even in sleep, was leaning on him, completely vulnerable. He thought about nudging her awake, but then Lily stirred softly against his arm, her small fingers clutching him tighter, and something inside him softened. He looked at Evelyn again, her face tired but peaceful, and decided not to move. For the first time in who knew how long, she looked human, fragile. So he let her rest. An hour passed. Daniel sat still, even when his arm went numb, even when he longed to stretch. He knew the value of sleep, the rare blessing it was, especially for someone who carried heavy burdens. He had learned it as a single parent, when nights stretched long and mornings came too early. When turbulence shook the plane, Evelyn stirred awake, startled. Her eyes widened the moment she realized where her head had been. She sat up quickly, smoothing her suit, flustered. I'm so sorry, she whispered, her cheeks tinged pink. I didn't mean to. Daniel gave a small smile. Don't worry about it. You look like you needed the rest. His voice was calm, kind, without judgment. Evelyn blinked, and used to such gentleness. Most people she met either feared her or expected something from her. Yet here was this man, offering nothing but quiet understanding. Her eyes fell to Lily, still curled up with her bunny, breathing softly. Evelyn's expression softened. She's beautiful. Thank you, Daniel said, brushing a stray strand of hair from his daughter's face. Flying scares her, but she's braver than she knows. Something in the way he said it, full of love, of pride, hit Evelyn in a place she hadn't let anyone touch for years. She had sacrificed much for her career, including family. The thought of someone cherishing her like that, of having a bond so pure, tugged at something deep inside her. They spoke in quiet tones after that. She asked about Lily, about how he managed work and parenting alone. He spoke honestly, admitting it wasn't easy, but worth every sleepless night and every sacrifice. Evelyn found herself listening more intently than she had to any business pitch in years. As the flight began its descent, Evelyn reached into her sleek leather bag. She pulled out a small notebook and a pen, hesitated, then scribbled something down. "This is my personal number," she said, sliding the paper toward him. "Not for business. If you ever need anything, resources, help, even just advice, call me." Daniel looked at it, then back at her. "Why would you do that?" For a moment, her eyes flickered with vulnerability. "Because sometimes we all need someone to lean on. You let me, even when you didn't have to." The plane touched down, wheels screeching against the runway. Passengers began to gather their bags, restless to leave. Lily stirred, blinking awake with a sleepy smile. Evelyn watched as Daniel lifted his daughter gently, carrying her with the kind of care that made Evelyn's throat tighten. As they parted ways at the gate, Evelyn turned back once, watching the single dad disappear into the crowd with his daughter's hand in his. She pressed her lips together, her heart heavy but warm. For the first time in years, she realized that kindness didn't always come in grand gestures. It could be as simple as letting someone rest, as simple as offering nothing but a shoulder. And in that small, unexpected moment mid-flight, something inside Evelyn Carter shifted. She had built her empire on power, but it was humanity, raw, simple kindness, that left her truly speechless.